And we're live. Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining. I'm Carrie Ann, the quirky Cosmo. Yeah, just give me a minute. I'm getting things set up over here. Happy full moon in Pisces. This is a very transformational experience. Hello. Nice to have you, Natalie. How you doing? I am going to share this, so give me a moment. I'm trying to get all of this like set up right now. All right, copy this. And how are you guys doing? Hey, Kobe, what's up? How has your day been? Pretty emotional? Yeah, you guys been dreamy? Miracles happening? What's going on? I know my day's been very emotional, like very emotional. But I have waited until like 10 o'clock at night. I was like, I am going to be on tonight when we're having this full moon on the East Coast. I was like, I'm going to be on in these like really intense like energies as the moon approaches Neptune, right? And it's like right there, hot and heavy into the Piscean divine feminine energies. This is what I wanted to be experiencing. So yeah, emotional is, that's right. It has been too. But closure is really good. And like, you know, I realize that there's been, I've had an awareness on love, I guess. You can look at it another way of letting go is a loving thing to do as well. I think it's an easy way to sum that up. And we've all been really experiencing like the process of not holding on to things, like that codependency, but like not necessarily a codependent. It's just, it's mine. It's a having thing. So I've noticed that a lot in the collective, that's what they've been learning to release is that control or entitlement or your mind kind of, I'm fixing my hair, your mind kind of mentality. So yeah, energies are really high. And somebody hey, what's up, Starseed? 95, how you doing? I know it's been a while since I've been on. And I did want to actually say I love you all very, very much. I'm going to leave it with that. I say I love you guys all very, very much. But there's something to this experience, and I know you guys all understand. It's you have to experience all the emotions. You have to experience even the dark side of it, even if you know and you're hearing on the inside, like don't, or, you know, and there's still like this part that you have to play out in order for some things in your life just to fucking go away. You know, like me making my video, if you're new to my channel, you're not going to understand what this is about. But if you're a longtime subscriber and Quirky Cosmo family, soul family, then you're going to understand where this is coming from. And I made a video about 2 weeks ago, and I was going through a really it was like a teenager almost like experience, and all of like this attacking self-loathing. It was all internal. It was my own it was my own Virgo energy. And I do have my IC, which is, your internal psychology, right? Your IC is that internal core psychology. And mine is 27 degrees of Pisces. And I know Kobe and I were talking about all these energies on our Instagram. Like, you guys got to follow him. He's amazing. What is it? Sloth Astrology. So go check him out as well. He's stepping into his own. I know he's always posting stuff on his Instagram account. So Sloth Astrology, check that out. All right. But anyways, we were talking about like how it has been just about emerging from like those energies and having to really step in and feel them to experience the wholeness of, that emotion that you're finally releasing, so that you me in that video, like just crying and releasing. And I really didn't want to end my channel. I really didn't want to really even go and do the video that I did, but there was this part of me that was like, I had to do it so that I would stop saying I was gonna, like, just so it would stop running in my head pretty much, so I did it, and then I let it go, and I like released and went through all that emotions, and then just swiped it. And as much as I wanted to hop on and like make a video about that, there was another part of me that was like, no, this is for you, and you need to just fully embody that. And I know a lot of people are going through that. We're all going through that, and so to have the support for sure was amazing. And I would, I was really hard on myself too. I'm like you guys all are, so at times, but we've evolved from all that. So just anyways, moving beyond, it is just about having to go through these emotions, really. All right, wow, there's a lot going on in the chat. What's up? God, Daniel, hello. Art Soul, love you. I love you. I really do. Natalie, Empress Daisy, what's up? Cheers. Supernatural, everybody's here. Oh my God, I love you guys. There's 10 people on. 10's my favorite number. If you didn't know, 10's my favorite number. It was my jersey since I was like 8 years old playing softball until I was a senior in high school when I dropped out my senior year of softball. I wasn't second string, damn it. But I was, so I dropped it. Fuck it all. Anyways, yes, Sloth Astrology, word. It's a party in here. Okay, so, all right, I've had so much shit just drop in. And at the end of this video, when we go to do the ceremony, I'm going to go onto my IG account and I'm going to do like little ceremony, light language. I'm going to do some light language activations, which, by the way, this thing has been like expanding, contracting, expanding, contracting. Who else is going through that? Who else is vocals? What's up, Brooke? Hey, boo. I love you. You guys got to check out Brooks too. She's Brooke. Put your can you put your website or your link, Kobe, as well? You guys put your links in the chat so that when people are rewatching this, they can go and they can actually get your links, or at least the name. Look at the names of your guys's. So I got to represent the family. All right. Anyway, so we're going to do this thing's been expanding, contracting. So we'll bring in Instagram, we'll bring in, and do a couple of cards and see what the message is for that tonight. Okay. So this is going to be a long one. So if you ready to go for the long haul, I'm here with you guys. Let's keep it going in the chats, keep the conversation up. I've got all kinds of shit that's been dropping in. And not to mention this whole channeling, whatnot. The way the frequencies are coming in, the strength of the frequencies, and the messages that are going to come through. The first I want to start off with, it's not going to be about the full moon. I want to bring an update about the body and what you can use, or what came through. It's been dropping. It doesn't matter how long ago it came in, right? All right. So what is happening is our body, like the body is, a lot of us, our light bodies are activating right now, and we're in this stasis where all the chakras are ignited, and they're recalibrating. Okay. And so you can feel your body like having hot flashes. You could be having hot sweats. You can be having headaches. You can be having like just tingling sensations throughout your entire body. Also, I've been noticing in the last week, strongly 5 days, about a week. I've been more wanting to fast, just drink lots of water. I have not really had an appetite. I even went to go and eat some shit food. Even today, I went to get some cheese, my kids' little damn Cheez-It crackers, and my came through, was like, no, you can't have that. It'll get the parasites in your stomach. instantly just went and handed it. I was like, nope, can't have that. You know, so there's a lot that's happening right now within the chakras. And if you follow me on my Instagram account, I posted a few weeks ago my chakra video for the biofield viewer. And you could see in the biofield viewer in this video on which we're going to post, I am going to upload to my Instagram account again, because a lot of people were interested in what it was. And I'm going to actually put it onto my IGTV account. So it will be there. It's like 6 minutes long. It's pretty much my entire chakra reading. But you can see in that video all of the chakras fully ignited, and like even, you know, the meridians, like you can see all of these, the shapes, right, just pulsating within the video. And so just letting you guys know, like, that is what's happening. The throat chakra, there's a lot of activations that are happening within the throat chakra. You can see mine are even right now talking at a normal voice. You can see they look a little stressed out, and I am hydrated. It's just like there's a lot of blood that's going into this area, and it's expanding, and so that we can carry more tones. Tones are not just passed through, like, you guys understand where tones are passed through. Voice is one of them, sound, all that. So that has been a huge activation. Now, as far as the body goes, what was dropping in was about the minerals. We have to be upping. I said that at 11:33 minutes into the video. Minerals are a big deal. Get the trace mineral drops and add them to your water. Copper is huge, okay? We need to be intaking copper, zinc, and other trace minerals, okay? That is going to help not only strengthen this body, the physical body, but it strengthens your etheric body. Because if the base minerals, okay, and your natural amount of metals and pH levels of your blood, right, are balanced along with your chakras, once we get through this reassimilation of the energy and how it's rolling through your body, okay, your energy centers, your entire body. It won't be just centers anymore. It'll be an entire toroidal, like we're already an entire toroidal field, but it'll be a fully active toroidal field. And you'll see more of this more potency start developing, obviously with your practice and your intention, but naturally as well. But you'll start seeing some significance really come November, December in your ability to really flex that energy. And if you're already there, kudos to you. I'm just saying in general. All right. But it is very important to keep up on these minerals. No, I don't know how to check. Sorry, I just heard somebody like, how do we check minerals? I don't know. I heard him in the collective. I don't know how to check them. I think maybe you can Google, maybe there's a test strip, you can pee on something. I don't know. I really just do an intuition check. I highly suggest you try checking with yourself first, or maybe going to a minerals aisle and like saying, okay, what do I need? Or like, you know, set the intention before you go to bed, write it down before you go to bed, and then wake up, you know, maybe you'll have it, you know, an hankering for a specific food, and you can look it up and see what that specific food is and what it's high in. Is it high in iron? Is it high in copper? Is it high in, you know, zinc? What is it high in? You know, so you want to be really on top of your minerals right now, because we are building our etheric bodies. Okay. So we are expanding and able to push energies through this etheric field. Okay. So the stronger the etheric body is, okay, the further out the field goes and the more that you can bring in, right, and filter through. That's the whole point of, you know, the meditation and heart math coherent. Well, not the whole point, but it's relative to why we're here. Is so that we take in larger range. Oh, this is my new microphone that I can't figure out how to get to work on my anything. I couldn't figure this out. Technology eludes me. I should have had some more. I should have like incarnated with some stronger Arcturian or Spica energy, for freak's sake, man. I got all this Lyran Sirius energy, and I'm an absolute space zoid out here. I'm like, oh, how do we do something? Wait a minute. Come down, and figure it out. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, yeah. I bought a new camera, I bought a microphone, and I cannot get this shit hooked up. I'll figure it out tomorrow. I'll try again tomorrow. Not figure it out. I'll try it again. All right. So I'm just getting it out of the way. It's actually really, really, really annoying because it's really, really in the way. Okay. I have space. All right. What else came through? Oh, yes. I have more information on the body. I'm going to make a separate video about that. I found an amazing product that helps to, well, I found an amazing product. I'm going to make a video about that. And anyways, so what I did want to get to though is what this full moon, in my perspective, is what's happening. And, you know, I look at things from the Gene Keys perspective, even though, you know, I took off for a really long time. But you got to understand, I go through, we all do, but yeah, we all do. Anyway, so we're going through, as far as where Gaia is at in her transformation. What are you guys talking about over here? I'm so glad to see your face. Thank you. Yes, I've been singing a lot today too. A lot lately. Yeah, I had to choose it. I tried. I had like 3. And my source was like, nope. I've been going hardcore, like at this boot camp class, getting my ass back in shape after everything since April Fools, April 1st. I was rolling. I was doing so good. And then April Fools rolled around and I did some stupid shit, which wasn't stupid. It was going through the lessons. And yeah, the universe got jokes. That's all I got to say. Okay. Universe got jokes for April 1st. I got fooled. And then it played out all the way until today. And I'm not fighting this anymore. Like, but yeah, it's been a complete unfolding. Oh, I was watching Mike, Peace Dealer. He did a special today on his channel. Go check it out if you haven't already saw it. I know who did I see up in there? What's up, Fifth World? I love you, girl. Was Kobe, were you up in there? I know I heard Empress Daisy in there. I think he even gave her a shout out. So, but anyways, all right. So about our supernatural powers unfolding, he fucking nailed it. He even said from April. Like your Pluto, Scorpio. This is why I do love astrology. I love astrology. Even though I come at it from like a Gene Keys perspective most of the time, or my own perspective, or some whatever the hell drops in perspective. But like he dropped it so good about what we're walking into right now, about the battle that's been going on up in here, stepping into your supernatural powers, like word. Go check out his video from today. I'm gonna represent that. Go to the Peace Dealer. Go check out his Pluto Scorpio superpower video from today. All right, that was on point. And it was his full moon ceremony. I just caught like probably, you know, Mike talks forever, so I think I caught like the last like 40 minutes of it or something. It was good. It was good. It was real good. All right. Wow, you guys are just all up in here. Holy wow. Mother Earth. Yes, it was on fire. Yeah, Starseed. You were there too. Okay, cool. He did. Why is it? Yeah. All right. Yeah, he did. About twin flames. Oh, no, that was like legit. His drop about twin flames was legit. It's how it's the truth. It's like your twin. That is, but it is also true. It's like, it's a journey through self, it is. It's like a template. I said that a long time ago. This twin flame shit is a template, and it's for you to like discover yourself and to realize that you really do project your shit into somebody else. And it doesn't matter. A twin flame is just like, your, like Mike said on, his video today and whatever, but it was saying is like your twin flame could be anybody, because it's another octave, another vibration, another being, soul. It's a soul. It's a like twin flame is a soul. So it's not a being, like this is just a vessel. So it can be anybody. And Magenta Pixie said that shit too. Like it is all just like, for one, I don't know if it's a trap. It's a trap. To me, it was a damn trap. But it also helped me to realize like how many, like who I was projecting, why I was like, what aspect of myself I was projecting in the bringing this person into my life, what it was, and just like, it really helps. It really helps. It helps, but it will really fuck with your mind too. So, but yeah, he did drop some good information on that twin flame stuff. All right. But that's relevant. It's so relevant too, because we're moving into a time where I get messages way too early, but we're moving into a time where we're going through this ascension. I know we're like, you know where I'm going with this. And when I was guided the other day to buy this book called the Magdalene, oh shit, it's outside. Hold up. It's the Magdalene manuscript. The alchemies of Horus and the sex magic of Isis. So I was guided the other day to order this, and really skeptical, because I'm like, I don't like to read other people's, there's just things that especially when it comes to the tantric and sex magic, because I utilize a lot of that naturally, just from, and I don't like to take in other people's stuff, but I was guided to get it, so I ordered it. And in the book, it had really great information in there too. It was actually more so solidifying my own doings. And I was like, oh shit. All right, well then, yeah, I guess so. I am. It was validating, I guess. But what I was getting with that is like what my source is telling me, what I'm guided to really bring forward about that, and why I was guided to that information, is because we are moving into these divine unions. And if you've come into loving yourself and you're here right now and you're watching this video, then you're at that point in your life where you're about to step into your whole heart opening, expanding, right? So you're coming into this embodiment, okay? But while you go through before you hit this embodiment aspect, right? As we embody, we go through these different phases, and you can actually follow these phases along now using gene keys, and you can follow Venus. You need to be following Venus. Venus is the heart. And that's and I said this a few months, I think it was like a couple months ago. I said that we need to start following. I was guided to say, it was like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning when I made this video. And I said, we need to follow Venus, because we're going through heart expansion. Well, Venus, and through gene keys, thanks to Richard Rudd and, Ra from Human Design, all their hard work. And Richard Rudd has given us a step-by-step. And if you get the Venus sequence, okay, this is an additional book, okay, from the gene keys. And this goes through the Venus sequence. And this is about, right now we're in the path of realization. And this is where Venus, I'm getting to the page. Okay, I want to show you. Okay, this is the pathway of realization right here. It's from the SQ, which is your heart, okay, from the SQ to the core. Now, the core is not just part of your Venus sequence. The core actually doubles as a vocation in the Pearl sequence, which is what leads you to your pearl, basically your tribe and your overall like life's purpose, your dharma, your destiny. Okay. And where we're at right now with Gaia, and which is how, the collective, us, it's right now, the conscious collective, we are on the path of realization from the SQ to the core. And so if you're contemplating if you don't have a Gene Keys profile, you can go to genekeys.com, make your own free profile and contemplate on your SQ. If you don't have the Gene Keys book, then you can either digitally download it online or you can order it from Amazon for like 26 bucks, super cheap. Best book you'll ever have in your library. Well, psychology, right? And that's my opinion. Other people will say other things. I think that also having sacred geometry and the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio, which the golden ratio is what all of this is based on as well, is that's how they got the sequence. He used the Fibonacci sequence to get this. Now there's this, and I know a lot of you are like, oh my God, I'm going to get into this. This is what I'm like, I'm going to get in for you guys. But as it goes around, there's prime numbers, sequences, activations, and sacred geometries. Now, how Venus, why it's important to watch Venus, because Venus makes the flower of life, okay, which is the Star of David, but it's also 13. It's 13 points. It makes 13 points. That's why it's super important today to understand that the divine feminine on the 13th, the full moon in Pisces with, we got the moon conjunct Neptune. Neptune represents the divine. Neptune rules Pisces, okay? And it's in Gene Key 22, which is grace. So we're having the divine bestow grace upon us, okay? But it's not only like, yeah. It's not only, I'm looking it up real quick. Okay, so yeah, we've got gate 22. We have the moon is in gate 63 and 46. So the really important one also is 47, which is the gate of transfiguration. We're in right now. And that's where the sun is at. And in the opposition to that, the earth, right? Everybody overlooks the earth sign. It's very important. And anyway, so in the earth is in Gene Key 6. So we're in an earth sign right now. So it's very important to also look at the opposite, Gene Key. So you'd want to go look at Gene Key 6, which is the city of peace. And happens to be my SQ. So this one hit hard. And I get intercept energies, usually a month to 2 weeks to a month before they hit the collective. And I get messages usually about shit that's going to transpire within 2 to 3 months after I've gotten it. So, but it's just taken me time to understand, like, when instead of giving times, like I had to learn, like, stop giving times and just give information, because time is not relevant. And it took my ego very like, oh, it's this time, it's not. There's no time. It just is. Because it could be longer, it could be shorter. It just depends on the collective energy at that point. So, but the Gene Key 6, going into that one was very important. Transfiguration. This is about the true meaning of the crucifixion. That's the city of it. So it's about the crucifixion. And it was so funny because this damn book, it talks so much about, like, the Yeshua, his about being crucified, and how the church did this and says that. And I get it. Like, they're just getting their P's and Q's out, but about not liking the church and religion, all that shit. But, I love how everything, like, really comes together, puzzle pieces together. So we are going through this, the SQ. You need to all go find your SQ and contemplate on that for real. And we're moving into the core. So you also want to look at the core. So the core is while you're in the womb. So you get this core wounding when you're in the womb of your mother while she's pregnant with you. And so it's not this wound, this core wound is what you incarnated here to take on. So it's also going to be a really big obstacle for you to overcome. Yes. But it's going to happen really quickly. And the state of absorption, that's what I was getting into. I'll come back to the state of absorption. I'm guided to mention this. The only way okay, so this was about through this ongoing process of transmutation. I'm reading from the book. You gradually sift through the junk DNA, and in doing so, you begin to see your life on a much wider level of reality. The only way to read these codes is to live them. That's what I'm getting at. So 2 weeks ago, when I made my video about wanting to cancel my channel and like just be done with this journey, right? Because that's the point that I was at. Like, this is it. The only way to read these codes is to live them. As much as I knew in my psychological consciousness, don't upload that, don't post that, don't do that. I had to live that shit out. I knew, I heard it, and I was like, no, gotta do it, gotta do it. Every time I tried to just say no, I would go into more anxiety, more panic, more despair, and like frustration. So that's what I'm getting at. Like, you can try to do spiritual bypass all you want. You like, whenever you guys start taking on your clients and working in your fields, this is what I'm meaning. Like, well, it's okay. You could just take a deep breath, and there's a healthy way to deal with it. Some things, other things, you got to go. Like, I know that there's a lot of women that, because I deal with women and men too. Shit, I have actually all this week, I've had majority male clients. So, but the healthy way to go release, yes, some of them go shoot guns. That was, yes, one, somebody in there thought that in their mind. But a healthy way, I know the women were telling me there's a cool place out in Tampa, because I've been dealing with a lot of local. I was so grateful to have local clients. It's building this community out here. I love it. But hatchet throwing, oh my God. So they're like all about it and how of a stress relief it is. So, you know, like there's healthy ways to release, but then there's also times that you really just got to roll through. Like I said, I had this, what I was going through, you know, was my EQ, you know, that's my emotional, like my emotional intelligence. And it's right before you get into the SQ, you go through the EQ. And my emotional intelligence, that's your teenager time. So of course I was transcending that teenager. Of course they lashed out and acted like a temper tantrum, like a rotten, spoiled teenager that wasn't getting her way. I'm done. I'm not doing it at all. Like, no, come on. But you live it, you learn it, and you move through it. And this brings you, as you do, they unwind these codes. It releases these codes. And they unwind, they reveal their true purpose to return you to the very source of consciousness from which you came. The womb. God is a woman. It's an androgynous, but it's a woman. It's a big womb. Ariana Grande ain't wrong. Those with the 47th gift in their profile are people who are deeply aware of this alchemical process in human beings. That's another thing about the alchemical process. You have temperance. You have to experience. Temperance is Jupiter. Jupiter's the lessons. People think it's, you know, a lot of times it's misconstrued that it's Saturn that's lessons. No, Saturn's the enforcer. He's the popo, okay? She's popo, okay? And Jupiter is lessons. It's Zeus. It's fuckery. You know, making sure that you can climb up that mountain. Oh, you think you can? Let me throw you another lightning bolt. Bam, bam, knocked out. Like, oh, okay. Jokes. Jupiter's got jokes. Big Daddy. Sorry, that's what I call Jupiter's Big Daddy. What are you guys talking about here? You've been stepping up? You guys don't know this, but maybe you do. Assumptions. But if you're watching the replay, at this moment, there are 13 people watching and there are 7 likes. So it's 137, which has been all day and like always with me. So 1 represents source and 3 represents the Holy Trinity and 7 represents form or matter or the 7 chakras or man. So it's from source to the Trinity to man. So it's the prism of light, the 7 rays, the 7 chakras from source. So it's just really cool to see that. I love little things that pop up that grab my, like, oh, how divine, how beautiful is that, right? Your apartment numbers. I love that. That's so cool. So you see it a lot too. Awesome. Yeah, if you guys all want to go hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. you like to get regular updates whenever I do make a video, go ahead and hit that bell. There's the YouTube spill, like 30 minutes way past when I should have said it. I'll get there one day. One day I'll have tack. All right. So this is moving us through this transcendence. And as we move through the SQ and into the core, or through the path of realization, when we get to the core, we're going to be in the womb. Okay. So you got to think about, where's the womb? When do you think we'd be hitting the womb? The womb of all creation is the galactic center. That is the navel. So everything is a mirror. And the earth has an umbilical cord that she's being fed consciousness, right? And that is through the galactic center. That's her umbilical cord. That's also her cord to higher consciousness. Yeah. I feel, actually, I take that back. I feel like, honestly, what I'm getting, and I've been playing with this. Yeah. So the galactic center is more so like her crown, like the crown chakra flood of energy that's connected at all times. Your higher self is like connected at all times. I feel like that's where Sophia's consciousness is connected to at all times. And then the great, I think it's the great abyss, or I can't remember what it's called exactly. It's at 13 degrees of Sagittarius. It's like it's really similar. It's a black hole or wormhole as well, and that is what I was referring to in what they were in the book, in the Corpus Christi teachings, where it was referring to as the umbilical cord. Neither here nor there. It's all symbolic either way. But about the umbilical cord feeding consciousness and feeding you. So through the navel. Right. So through our belly button is where, as a child in the womb, right, we are being fed this connection, this consciousness and growth. And we're still like a part of source, but within the development of form. So it's this transformational state, right? And that's the absorption that your body will be experiencing. So from here until November timeframe, and however your body is playing out with it, maybe even December timeframe when you start seeing, differences, and you're going to be feeling it anyways. But around that time frame, and I'm not trying to give dates, I'm just saying time frames, okay, is when we'll be in the core. I mean, Earth, Gaia, is experiencing her path from the SQ to the core, and that pathway of realization. And so that all those downloads and supernatural activities, I've already got a trip that's being planned, and I've had shit just drop in about what I'm going to be experiencing on the mountain when I go. And I was like, what the fuck? All right. It's pretty, there's a lot of massive, like supernatural, like the energy body, like how we're connecting to these grids. Like we're getting a big reset right now. Today is a massive reset on the crown chakra and your connection. That's why all of the energy centers have been purifying, and like the body has been literally like thermally activating and clearing and cleansing like during this last month. It is for this. Like if you follow Indigo Angel, she just dropped, which she's a friend of mine, and we get a lot of the information, a lot of the same information. But she did just drop a video on this as well that'll explain it better. Okay. Things play out differently for me in a different way, but so I explain it differently than other people. She really explains it through the like the grid galactic way of explaining things, whereas I'll bring it down and kind of like ground it. Okay, that's the awesomeness I have with all this damn Capricorn energy. But so right now what we're experiencing is a grid activation, like over in the Himalayas, okay? And that mountain is the crown chakra, and it's on a longitude line, which is very powerful. So, and when activations happen on this grid point, they are said to be long lasting, right? Long lasting impacts. So the influences that we're going to have today from this benevolent moon, this blessing that we're getting, this blessing that we're getting, okay, it's happening not only like through Andromeda and Arcturus, okay, I've been getting Arcturus, like, they really do. Whenever Arcturians like come to you, you get these really weird like pitches in your vocal cords, and you like, it's really weird. It's different. Needless to say, codes. So where was it going? Oh, so the Andromeda and so this is all seventh chakra. This is the seventh chakra. So this is all crown chakra, Andromeda, Arcturus. It's ninth dimension, okay? Ninth dimension and higher. Consciousness, activations, rewriting through the crown chakra, through the pineal gland, through Neptune, through the moon, through your receptor, through how your magnetic sphere. That's the moon, is your magnetic sphere, and how it is operating, which has everything to do with ecstatic states that can be induced through sexual tantric practice, okay? Either alone or with a partner. And as we are being blessed, as the moon is conjunct Neptune in grace, okay, we are being bestowed with this this ecstatic boost in our ka, in our spirit, and in our ba, which is, you know, the etheric body. And that's what's happening. The planets are boosting. So Neptune is boosting quintessentially the shit out of the moon right now with magnetics, with energy, okay? With energy to its magnetic sphere. It's magnetic. And so are we. Our moons are getting that boost as well. So our fields are attractors, because a magnetic, it attracts, right? Yeah. Sorry. Moments. Hi, Dave. Hey, Supernatural. Hey, Bob. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Spaced Out Radio. That's Dave. So, okay, so we're getting these magnetics, and as these magnetics increase on the planet, or so the planets are boosting each other. They're getting all of these magnetics to their fields, right? This is all happening. That's happening to us within our fields. Okay, so that's so that we, the gifts that we're getting blessed from this full moon have to do with telekinesis. And I said this in my last video. Has to do with telekinesis. A lot of us have the ability to move objects. The problem has been the belief, and also the limited, amount of energy within your magnetic sphere of your body. So this is the time when we are going to be increasing our own magnetic sphere, and also coming into our power, being able to levitate, being able to move things around with your heart brain cohesion. Also, like me, going into deep states of trance channeling or embodiment. I've been experiencing like embodiment of other beings. I usually have to push them away. It's kind of like, you got to think about the movie Ghost. If you haven't seen it, this is the analogy I'm going to use, is the movie Ghost, when Patrick Swayze steps into Whoopi, you know, she's like that, you know? So it is a lot like that, energetically for me. But when it comes to the celestial beings, or higher aspects of myself coming through, it has been more of a like an embodiment. It's like a deep trance almost. I have to do some natural breathing techniques come out of me. I'm really just, I don't look at other people's stuff or look at these breath techniques. I bring it from within. I'm an intuitive. I try to do as much as I can intuitively, because it works naturally with my body at that point, and I don't have to force it. So I could recommend that for you guys as well. But all right. So just practice. And how do you practice levitation and telekinesis? The telekinesis has a lot to do with your magnetic sphere, and your ability to be right here. It is really slowing down your breath and being in a heart center space of gratitude. Like, it sounds so effing cliche to say gratitude. Like, it's deep love. Like, it feels so warm. It feels warm and loving and kind. Like, I've been practicing this, okay? And I'm getting things to start like glitchy. Like they're moving, but like it's just like a little bit, you know. I'm not I'm not able to bend the fork or anything just yet, or the spoon completely just yet, or anything like that yet. But I know that I can. I feel it. And it feels like fire coming out of my hands. Like it gets tight, gets all tight. It's all fiery. I can feel it like throbbing in my hand. It's intense. And then all of this area right here, it gets really warm. Like I just got done running or something. And I do get a little bit flush in this area. So, yeah. But I think it's getting better because because for one, I've been practicing it. And for two, I have an amazing product that I've been taking, or not taking, because you don't really take it. You just kind of put it on. That has been helping me to increase my quantum levels. Like, I'm going to make a video on this product. But it is quantum, and it is leading edge, and it is the next thing. And yeah, I'll make a video on that one. Shit. Yeah, it's intense. All right, so to the point, like I said, this is going to be a long video. We're at 47 minutes now, and we're just getting into the absorption, the crucifixion. The only way to transcend suffering. So we're back to the alchemical process. And like I was getting at when I said that earlier, the alchemical process has everything to do with the minerals in the body, and temperance, and Jupiter, and, you know, November. And so there's a lot more to come for us. But what I'm noticing is that each one of these, you know, spheres within the path, the golden path, you know, Richard Rudd's golden path, or the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio, okay, that it's taking about 3 months for like us to go through these spheres, you know, since each sphere, since honestly my awakening in 2017, and when I found this. So I would say after the eclipses in August of 2017 is when the golden pathway, or the Fibonacci sequence, started. And the only reason why I could say this is because the only reason I am saying this is because that's about when I got hot and heavy into the gene keys myself and my own, but I really do follow the rhythms of Gaia. And so I'm able to, you know, I see this, I see where we're at. And the fact that it hit my SQ and it in opposition, it was beautiful to me. To be like, oh, that's why. Okay. You know, one of those moments. So when we get through this alchemical process, the only way to transcend the suffering is to move more deeply into it, embracing every feeling and event that comes to you This is the way of deep immersion in the currents of life. It is the way of surrender. It's just allowing and just saying, like that. I put a post up and I had a song drop in. It was it's que sera, whatever will be. We don't have control. We have the ability to co-create. We have the ability to hold a higher vibration. We have the ability to hold love, gratitude, joy, bliss, and all of the other states. But there's also, we have an ebb and flow natural to that. And you're not always going to be high on this high, and even whenever we're in full embodiment of these acidic states, that's when we'll be on these highs, really, really ecstatic bliss states. But that's coming. That's coming. Because that's this ecstatic state, these induced ecstatic states. This helps through ascension. This is what gets you to that God realization. So you are going to be calling in your divine partner, your twin flame, so that you can alchemically, right, rise into your full soul self in this body. And that's soon. Like, that's real. That's all, like, 2020. I mean, they're talking about like major shifts and transitions. That's it, boo. That's what we're doing. This is a blessing. These next people are like, oh, it's going to be hell and damnation and some shit's going to go on. Like, I've been getting stuff. I've been getting about like volcanic and stuff like that. But, this isn't going to be hell and damnation. This is a blessing. It really is going to be a blessing. There's going to be some stuff that goes down, but it has to purge out. So whatever we purge out, so does the outside reality. So we'll start seeing that happen. I know you're already seeing like all this activism and the people, the generation where they're about to go storm, New Mexico or Area 51. Like, this is showing the activism. This is showing, Uranus and Taurus fixed movement, making paths, change right there. So, I mean, but it's not in a negative way. There was no riot. It was just social media was saying, let's do this, let's get together. Let's put a conscious thought into action. And that's what they did. And it created more people having awareness. And that's what we're trying to do right now. We're just bringing awareness. Like, there was a video that went viral on Instagram, through Instagram, like, not on Instagram TV. It was IGTV. And it was about, he's a great astrologer. He's an Italian, I'm pretty sure he's an Italian astrologer, but he lives in Australia. Santos Bertolio or something like that. He's amazing. And anyways, he is being attacked by the government, basically, and it was about the birth certificates, and he had owed $100 and some odd $1,000. He was like, he had a birth certificate or a death certificate. It said that he was a stillbirth, that he was a stillborn, and he's like, no, I'm here, I'm alive. Like, it was just and so he went on to the local news, and this is what the video is if you want the video, DM me on Instagram and I can forward you the video. It's about 7 minutes long, and he's going on about how the birth certificates and how you are, we're supposed to be paying with promissory notes from our bonds, and how this fake money, it's all shit that we already know. But I'm just saying, it's things like this that everybody is bringing to the surface. It's more awareness, more consciousness is coming up. I don't even know where the hell I was going with that. We're seeing that out there. So that means that there's more of us with that embodiment. Okay. I'm going to get to this. Yes. So this is talking about the life of Jesus, is the fact, the perfect mythic enact of all stages of alchemical transmutation, ending in the state of transfiguration. Yeah. The rainbow body. There was something about the DNA My attractor, that's right. 46 is 47. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. The pathway, the SQ, okay, so it has that one point. So as we go to this path of self-realization, okay, we come into this one point or the 0 point, and it's like the zenith experience. And I'm going to read this from the Venus sequence book. It says one point. It says the one point, it is the white hole through which light passes from the formless dimension to the plane of matter. So that one point, so from the galactic, and maybe it is the galactic, maybe that galactic center doubles. So the galactic center is at one point, that zenith, right? The white hole through which light passes from the formless dimension, the nothing, into the plane of the form of matter, which is Gaia itself. So that's what I'm saying. Like that zenith, that point of self-realization is like we are going from the heart, our heart, right, to that one point where we came from, the zenith where we came from, that stillness. And that's the galactic center. So we'll be expecting that core, having the core woundings and all this core activation come 26 degrees of Sagittarius. So we're looking, towards mid-December, could even be, honestly, somebody want to look that up for me? Let's look that up and put it in the comment section. 26 degrees. What day 26 degrees of Sagittarius is this year? And that's whenever the sun is going to be at the galactic center. Now, we're wanting to look at when Venus is at the galactic center. So actually, let me do this. I got this. I wish that you guys could see my screen and you're just kind of like looking at me doing this, but whatever. Month. Oops. All right. So December 15th. Nope. This is after. Oops. Wow. Venus is going to be at. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I went a whole month. I didn't even realize that. I'm looking. She's getting close. So we're on the 20th, 24th, 20. Yeah. So the 22nd of November is when, that's so funny, 22. All right. When Venus will be at the galactic center, of course, 22. Just master manifestator. It's the master builder. Number 22 numerology is master builder. So it's like an 11 on freaking steroids. Yeah. So 22, and I've been getting 22 a lot. So yeah, we're looking at 26 on the 22nd of November is whenever Venus will be at 26, will be at the galactic center. And that's when Venus will be activating the core wound of Gaia, which, oh my Lanta, now I'll go look, hold on. Hold up, wait a minute. I just had like an aha moment. I'm looking to see whenever that gate is going to be active. What gate is going to be active? I think it's the gateway of light. I'm pretty sure it is. And I think that's gene key 12. But I got to look at the calendar just to make sure, because I don't want to put out some crap. I pulled a card today and said, watch your words. I was like, oh no, I'm going to have to put in a filter. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to put a filter in. All right, almost. I'm getting there. November 22nd. Yeah. Venus will be in gate 11. She actually goes into gate 11 on the 19th. Yeah, the 20th. Yeah, she goes into gate 11 on the 20th. So, yeah, gate 11, and that is alertness. Venus is the gate 11. This is energy for ideas and attunement. So we'll be getting drop-ins of ideas and attuning. So gate, and that is the gate of light. Like I said, I was actually, no, it's a gate 11, not 12. See? Now let me pull that up on Gene Keys. Actually, I don't need to pull it up. I have it right in front of me. Forgot I had my book. Yeah, the light of Eden. Oh, I was right. It was, I had the wrong number, but I had the right knowing of what it was. So, but yeah, it's the light of Eden. The Garden of Eden. The light of just everything. It's just absolutely transformational. And Venus is again, it is the higher octave, higher consciousness. That's what it is. It's higher consciousness of Earth itself. It is it's harmonious, it's balanced. It brings in the flower of life energy to the heart energy, the flower of life energy to it pumps the toroidal field, if you will, for the planet. So our planet. So keep in mind, like these go bigger and understanding of what these planets and how they play out within the macro, not just the micro, not within just us, but like, and that's where you can see where it's at and pinpoint it out in the macro, but really recognizing what it's doing on the macro aspect side of it all. Okay. So anyways, now that came through, it was all random, but that, obviously that had everything to do with what we needed to know. Now what you can expect as we go through, reason why I'm doing this, because I want you guys to get a little bit about what we are going to be expecting up until this point, and through the path of realization. Now we've already gone through some stop codons, which stop and make us realize what's going on in our life and our consciousness and what we're creating in our reality. I was actually writing these down before I started the video, but some of them that we went through was Gene Key 33, which is forgetting. We just went through this the end of July and early beginning of August. So we went through stop codons, but it led to the gift of mindfulness, and that was through the sun and Venus. So it wasn't just the sun that went through, the Gene Key, a stop codon. It was, also sun. You had Mercury went through this, Venus went through this, Moon's definitely gone through it, but Mars went through this. All planets that are right there riding along with the sun have gone through, the stop codon Gene Key codon 33. And 56 as well. We've gone through 56. 56 was actually end of August. It was right after 33. We went through Gene Key 56. It's another stop codon. And so in order to go through the self-realization, we actually have to go through all of these stop codons to reset and quantum leap through the DNA. That's what's happening. It's pretty cool. I suggest getting every one of these books, but one at a time, All right. So what I'm going to say here is, as as we approach the pathway of realization, we undergo a process of deep inner testing. This is what Mike was talking about. Peace dealer was talking about. Like from April until now, we have been going through a deep process of inner testing. Once we have opened up our SQ to its true potential, the currents of the higher frequencies begin to course through our being. That's because the higher frequencies come from Venus. Well, some of them, but through our heart, through Venus. It opens and expands consciousness. Ecstatic states of love expand consciousness, go into bliss, go into ecstasy. You don't have to be the smartest man to be, or woman, to be in a state of ecstasy and live in bliss. You don't. So there's nothing you have to do other than be. That's just dropping in, by the way. All right. We feel a new kind of power opening up inside us. The light of our genius opens up vistas of potential that we may have never dreamed of. A new kind of power opening up inside us. The light of our genius opens up vistas of potential that we may have never dreamed of. This is what it talks about in the book, this book, about Yeshua or Jesus Christ or Yahweh. I think actually Yahweh means God. I don't know. I'm not Jewish. Or maybe. I don't know. No. But yeah, there is a delightful urge at this stage of our inner journey to try and hold on to the higher frequencies and to follow their potential out into the world. The release of this great love inside us naturally urges us to want to be of service to the world and to others. It is possible to linger at this wonderful stage for the rest of our lives, and we can become a powerful force of good and change in the outer world. That's why we're going to all be experiencing this and coming into these divine unions, because we are the changers. And this is what we was prophesized, you know, the prophecies that matter, not the biblical fucking rendition of it. Okay. The ring of trials sets, I was talking about the ring of trials. Okay. But the ring of trials sets us three mystical inner trials before we can continue the very pinnacle of consciousness. That is the three stop codons that we go through. We've been going through them simultaneously, just, you know, through this process. It's not linear. It's all interweaving is what I'm being shown. It's like, even though he writes it more in a linear state because that's how he's able to process it, this is, and if you've been following me, because you're awesome and I love you, since I started my channel and started going into the gene keys and this ascension and following the ascension path through the gene keys, you'll see that this has been an interweaving, like going forward and then going back and forth into time and space and dimensions within your own conscious perceptions. Like there's times this year when I, like in April, May and June, where May and June, or towards like the end of May, towards the end of May and June and July, where I was just so absolutely disconnected at a lot of the time, just from my own source being, and like felt alone. And that had everything to do, these last 6 months had everything to do with us being in this SQ, in this path of like self-realization. Okay. And going through these trials, we've been hitting up like these stop codons 12, 33, and 56 since April. So when we hit these, that's why I said 12 earlier, because 12 is one of the stop codons. Got you. All right. Side note, what's going on over here? Am I reading your chart right now? Tiki? Oh, you on here. I love you. What's up, Robin? I love you, girl. No, I'm not. Like, this is like everybody. This is this because once you're in alignment and you know, like, we're all going through the same shit, just playing it out in different dimensions, closing different timelines out of our reality in different ways. Same shit though. Same dramas. Same. All right. So I will say that I will just say that what the trials are, so that I'll just say what they are real quick. So the first trial is the 33rd gene key, remembering mindfulness. This is our first inner challenge, and it's where you pursue the thought of evolutionary. It opens up the gift of mindfulness, so it helps you be mindful. The second is the distraction of the personal. This was the end of May and June. This is June, July for me. The second trial. So the distraction of the personal, like the final great transformation that occurs within us as we travel the pathway of realization, is the shift from the personal to the impersonal. The love realized through our beginning, or our ongoing SQ, connects us to the life and to others in ways that are genuinely wholesome and uplifting. As we experience the effects of the state of absorption, our bodies can also experience frequent rushes of ecstasy and deep unconditional love. So that's what, you were experiencing, the ebb and flow, within the last 6 months. Okay. And the 56 gene key can distract us with the riches of such an expansive state. And at a subtle level, we can also allow ourselves to rest in this stage. This stage of evolution is known as the realm of gods, where we soar and dip and dive in the romance of our lives, and we can develop a powerful connection to those around us. To those who naturally come up and sip and taste the higher states we are experiencing, many people can be distracted at this stage by the urge to teach others and share their inner state. We remain subtly attached to the world through our relationships and through the personal love that moves from our essences towards others. It's the gift of enrichment. It teaches you to draw the nutrients from each and every stage of our evolutionary journey. This is not about denial. We can enjoy every step along the path, and we are forgiven for wishing to linger in the beautiful space of expanding consciousness. And so then the third one teaches you the vanity. It's the 12th gene key, the third trial, the vanity of the self. The third trial, we undergo and pass through the portal of realization. This is where we're at. Is the surrender of the separate identity. It is the symbolic surrender of our voice. As we enter through the many layers of the self, you guys got to understand, I'm super telepathic right now. So I can hear thoughts that are going on in the comments. This is crazy. Wow. Anyways, all right. Our awareness becomes ever more focused upon the one point, your sacral center, the navel center. Okay. This process, or you can think about it as the galactic center. If you want to connect more with your home, this is just chopping through right now. If you want to connect more with your home, hold your belly button and think of the galactic center at the same time. And this is going to help you with assimilating that connection. Okay. So that you feel like other universes, because that's what the galactic center is. To the other dimensions, it mirrors another dimension. Not dimension, another, universe. Yeah, which would be like a dimension to them because it's a giant brain. I have all kinds of stuff just gonna roll out my mouth anymore. I'm just a receptor. It's just blah, 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 blah. I almost feel like a freaking Gemini just as much as I talk. What gene key are we learning about? This is, where do you start with learning about the gene keys? me. No, go to the Gene Keys website, print out, get out and put in all your information so you can get your free profile. And then from there, they just redid their whole website. You can actually take online courses and do all the Gene Keys if you want through them, or you can do it yourself. But just get the Gene Keys book. Well, it doesn't look like this anymore. I have the original. So it's I think it's like purple now. And get that book, and then get the Venus sequence, which they changed I have all the original stuff. So they changed it, they updated it or whatever now. But yeah, get that. And you can start from there, and you follow your path. Or you can schedule, if you like, you can always schedule a Quantum You session with me. And we'll go deep into your Gene Keys, and it's like 3 hour long. And we go really deep. I go into all of your activation sequence, and I ride into your Venus sequence a little bit, and we activate and go over your celestial alignments, and I channel in divine information for you, specifically whatever it is that your guides are wanting to let you know in that moment, in that now, that's going to best suit you. I bring in all that information. We clear out your chakras and any alignments that need to happen, energies, shifting, ailments, diseases, pull them out of your body. I do it all. So my Quantum You is I'm your fairy godmother at that point. I bippity boppity boo, done. It's worth it. It is worth it. I will say that. I've debated many times about just upping that price, because I do so much work, but I haven't. I kept it at a great affordable price. But the Quantum You. Now, if you want your Starseed information, you want to know like what what I channel through from your celestial families, then that's when you want to do your cosmic blueprints. And that I also bring in I look at what your soul talents and supernatural abilities are, and channel that through. Okay. All right. Yeah. So anyways, the third trial is the vanity of self. And that's what we're in right now. And this is when we surrender the voice. As we enter through many layers of the self, we begin to touch the essence inside us. Our awareness becomes ever more focused upon the one point. This is the process that's similar to the nuclear explosion. When we focus the lens of our awareness into the single hidden inner point within us, and as we do so, the energy of our being seems to grow in power and radiance. That means our energy field, our energy body, what I was talking about in the beginning of this live stream. This gives a sense of awesome power and one-pointedness. So you're able to feel and sense your power and then bring it into a 0 point, okay? Field is what this is describing. And there's a deep temptation to linger at this point, feeling the wonder and the silence of power and light coursing through us. This is a stage that the ancient traditions often named lure of the cities, lure of the higher states of consciousness. We feel our potential as Messiah, and many gifts of the higher frequencies can be accessed at this stage. So being in the state of vanity will challenge the purity of your heart, which I think a lot of us have really already felt this experience. I know I have, especially the August. August is when I was feeling like the purity of my heart. Like my internal mind was just very mean about just. I was not my best friend. And I was like, oh, you did this and you did that and you said this and all kinds of stuff. But you have to purge it and release it, right? So you feel that vanity. You feel all that vanity come to the surface. Like you feel your vanity come to the surface. Like, whoa, have I made the whole world about me? Did I like, is it, you do make the whole world about you because it is all about you. This is your process. So it is all about you. And it's nothing negative at all. It will challenge the purity of your heart as we are called upon to let go even of this limiting phase of our journey. For only then does the final nuclear explosion occur, when we enter the mystical ring of secrets, the mysterious 20-second codon ring. This is grace. This is Moon conjunct Neptune tonight, opposite the sun, and Mars, and I mean, come on, let's just and Juno's over there too. Come on, the 12th. This is it. We're entering the mystical ring of secrets. The 12th gene key is the only gene key which exists as a ring within a ring, a sphere within a sphere. This is if you look up sphere within a sphere, it's like an esoteric thing. I freaking say it all the time though. Damn Alice Bailey books. This is the final letting go. And the 12th gene key and its city of purity offers us the greatest guidance of all, that no matter what happens, keep listening to the purity of your heart. If I didn't, I wouldn't be on this video right now and telling you guys all this information. Back again with the 22. I know, right? Full circle on that 22. Full circle for me on that 22. When I brought in that 22 was this time last year. Believe it or not, I was out there preaching with the, chainsaw massacre, going on in the background, trying to talk about the gene keys. And I was like, it's happening. And that's when I realized that we were on, the golden path, but didn't realize it. Did, but didn't. Hadn't really put it together fully, but I get it now. I'm glad that you're grateful. I'm glad that you're here. And I love everything that you wrote me. I do. And I didn't want to delete the video, but I had to delete that video. But I loved every message from everybody that wrote me. I love you guys. I just want you to know that. I do love you. All right. Now, after we moved into this, we move into the sealing of the 5 senses. Bum, 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 bum. What does that mean? You seal the 5 senses. The pathway of realization is the archetypal return of our journey from birth to conception. The physiological archetype of our awareness is precisely laid down during the 3 trimesters of pregnancy. This pathway therefore involves a rewiring of foundations of our awareness. We have seen from the trials above that they are called upon to let go of the frameworks that we have become accustomed to over our course of lives. Our attachment to pleasure, power, and identity. Pleasure, power, identity, PPI. In ancient traditions, the Tibetan and Taoist teachings, or Taoist, I can never say that correctly, one of the highest formula of attaining realization or enlightenment involves a process known as sealing the 5 senses. This phase in our spiritual development is a kind of grubbing out of the very roots of our false awareness through a purification of the way in which the brain uses the 5 senses. So this is another reason why you're going to be coming into these divine alignments, is so that when you're experiencing the touch and you can start to transform the touch and smell and taste. Now, not everybody is going to be in these relations. Not everybody wants somebody else to participate with. Not everybody has this as a soul journey to be partnered up. So Just letting that be known, okay? All right, we're coming into 11:27 over here on the East Coast. We have an hour from now until the full moon. So I'm going to move through this real quick, and we're going to do a couple card readings and light language activation, and then you guys can all go and meditate right at the full moon. But we're all deep right now into these full moon energies, and it's getting good, right? This is bringing in some information for you guys. You guys appreciating this? I know I'm reading from the book, but I'm helping. It's like breaking down the degree of the day or something. That's how I feel. Like instead of reading the degree of the day, I'm just gonna read the Gene Key book of the day, the Gene Key of the day. Break it out line by line, one by one. All right. As we reboot these attachments, okay, wait, I jumped ahead. These five senses were often referred to the five thieves on account of their tendency to keep drawing our awareness back out into the world and away from our core. Okay. As we approach realization, we undergo an organic process in which our awareness seals up these five doorways, thus preventing us from trying to escape reality through our attachments to the outer world. Now, that's another reason why the chakras are all like lit up and open right now, and they're not, you cannot, like grounding right now is almost why? Because all you're doing right now is receiving information. So you don't need to be grounding. You need to be in the ether so that you're pulling in more of your source codes. Need whatever, it's up to your soul. Do whatever you do. Don't, my wording was, anyways, okay, so have you noticed that you've been like, I know that some people are doing, celibacy they're doing all kinds of like 30-day like don't you do this, don't do that, don't eat this, don't taste that, for these 30 days. So there's that to me, that's just dropping in saying, okay, it's already happening. As we approach realization, we undergo an organic process of awareness. Okay, got that, said that. Rebooting. Okay, as we uproot these attachments, so each sense is purified of its conditioned function and is returned to its pure form. It is rather like rebooting your computer and resetting it to factory settings. Dude, I just found my old iPhone. Well, I didn't. My ex did, and our old couch, and it's like the tiny one, like this little tiny thing. Like, can you believe that the screens were that small? Like, you got to see. Come on. I'm so serious. This was my phone like in 2018. Yeah, 2016. Sorry, 2016. This was my phone. Like now it's 2019, 3 years later. My phone's like double the size. I don't know. It's pretty funny. I don't even know where I was going with that, but it's pretty funny. So we found that phone. I don't even know where it was. Oh, I do. That's what I grabbed that for. Okay, so we're going to go on to, I'm going to hit the IG live in a minute. Okay, so we're through this, and rebooting factory settings. That's what it was. I found that phone. I almost resetted the factory reset and all that in it today, and so it's just funny that it's saying factory settings. Anyways, I probably should reboot that. So that's what we're going through, is this reboot. Maybe that's what that core alignment is that rebooting whenever you get to the galactic core, galactic center. We'll see. The final is called Sight and Light, Unnaming the World. The final and possible most sophisticated sense to develop in the womb is the sense of sight. This is therefore the first perceptual attachment that undergoes transformation. In our third trimester, we develop the ability to sense light through the lens of our eyes. As our awareness digs into our visual world, so we begin to let go of language. Our visual cortex is also linked deeply to our memory. Through the eye of realization, these memories remain intact, but are viewed as surface parameters rather than defining the objects we are looking at. This enables us to see directly into the essence of a thing. So what he's talking about is being able to see energetically. So people that have a very strong clairvoyant, they're able to, or somebody that's a really intense, strong empath, they can feel the energy rolling through somebody's body, or they can feel it in their own body. Or if you're clairvoyant, then you can see the energy running through people's body. Okay, and that's what he's talking about, is sight. So what he's saying is the first thing that's going to get hit up is the sight. So your ability to see energetically and not hold an attachment from your five senses, not holding an attachment to the form or to the personality or characteristic that's attached to the form, but being that it is a soul or an essence of formless. Okay, and so you're seeing through. It's the transparency. All right. This is a part of cleansing of our awareness as we learn to see the world as it is, rather than seeing the world through the construct woven from our mental worldview. So therefore, releasing our emotional, mental attachments or psychological attachments to what we're visually seeing. It helps us to not hold attachment. All right. And then we go into sound and harmony. And then the smell of others. It's depersonalizing life. And then taste and style, seeing beyond the differences. And then touch and identity, being without movement. And then finally, we come into the flowering of the rainbow body. The process of the five senses described above varies in subtlety and in its nuances and timing depending on each person. For someone, it might happen over an extended period of time, while for others, it might occur spontaneously in a thunderbolt flash from the heavens. But there are no rules to this level of awareness. Realization is a ongoing part of our fullest being. In the allegory of the Venus sequence, we have seen each of the pathways spheres symbolically represent through the passage of water and nature. That's what we're doing. We're flowing. We're flowing. We begin with the underground water of the pathway of Dharma. Oh, he goes, I'm not going to talk about all that shit. Nope. Many cultures have described this process as the final flowering of our consciousness into the rainbow body. In terms of our DNA, it seems to be hidden higher programming functions wired into every human being. In the gene key synthesis, it is referred to as the process of embodiment, which we're coming into as embodiment. And it is described through the teaching of the Corpus Christi and the 22nd gene key. We tap into the universal energy pattern known as the torus. Literally, this is part of my notes today when I was writing more stuff to talk about. But that torus field, that's that torus field we're building, right? That trace minerals, your copper, your silver, your gold, and your zinc. Drink up. The torus is a dynamic geometric representation of life itself. It describes an infinite process of energetic flowering from one dimension to another. The process is perpetual because the energy within the model is able to feed off itself without any leakage, a process as yet inconceivable to modern physics. At the same time, the state of permanent unconditional love is also inconceivable to most people. So this is what it's showing, is the torus, the body. So this is what I'm talking about. We're strengthening emotionally or psychologically strengthening, okay? But with the trace minerals, it helps the body keep these ley lines quintessentially, okay, strong. You got to think, if the crystals in the core of Gaia were weak, if her mineral count was weak, then she'd have a weak toroidal field. So if our minerals are weak, then we have a weak toroidal field. And the reason why we are building our energy through, you know, food, light, and the act of sexual tantra is to raise the ecstatics, is to build the intensity and the strength of the Ba, which is this etheric body. Okay, this is the Ba, the etheric body. Okay, the pathway of realization is like all the pathways of the Venus sequence, is a metaphor for an inner journey. Takes us into the heart of our suffering. Unless we are willing to journey into this place, true realization will remain a phantom and a dream to us. Before we consider such a process, we must come to an alignment, sacred wound inside of us, blah, 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 blah. The state of individualization was described in the introduction of this book. It is the same state of openness and vulnerability that is rooted in a deep core stability, feeling stable, appreciated, and loved. Feeling appreciated and stable is what opens you up, your heart up, opens the womb up, opens everything up. You have to feel safe. You have to feel whole. Once you have become grounded in your individualization, then this pathway of realization opens us up to the potential of attaining another dimension of core stability, one in which our anchor shifts from our individuality and is transferred to the one point, the holographic center of the universe itself. And that's what we're doing. Okay. So we're taking all of our emotional strength and integrity in ourselves, and we're gonna go into the galactic center with this integrity and this individualization and this strength. And we're going to power charge, basically, whenever we get an alignment, and Venus gets an alignment on the 22nd, and whenever the sun gets in alignment with the galactic center as well. We're going to be completely regenerating energy into the galactic center, the navel. Okay. And then that'll move us into the next stage, is where we go from the core, we go to the sphere of the core, and I'll do a whole nother video on that. I'm not going to do any more of this. Oh, and it's 1:37. I mean, we've been doing this for, that's not 1:37. We've been doing this for an hour and 37 minutes and 44 seconds. And there's 16 likes and 16 people. So what's a great meditation to listen to? Oh, light language. Yeah, I know. Wow. I know thank you. I love doing the light language activations. That's why I got a new mic, but I got to figure out how to use it so that it wouldn't be, staticky. I wanted to have like a really clear recording, but I'll figure that out. We'll get it up. All right. So this transfiguration, I wanted to say that as we're going through peace, because that's the opposite end of it, is going through peace. That's what we move into. So you're going from conflict to peace. So on the opposite end, not only are you going through this transformation, you're going from conflict to a state of peace. And that's building, it's called building the body of glory. And it's where you're in a point of self being realized as consciousness. So the witnessing situation. All right. That's enough of Gene Keys. I feel pretty good about everything I just popped out my mouth about Gene Keys. This thing, I mean, it is like amazing. you know, if you can't read astrology, then just get Gene Keys, because you know, you don't actually need to know astrology, because it's based off of astrology. The I Ching and all kinds of other stuff too. But okay, so things that have been coming up. So the activation today, full moon, here we go, is we're getting activations from Andromeda, Arcturus, Regulus. I've been getting in Regulus, Lyra, Sirius, and the Bermuda Triangle's been coming up very strongly. So sending the energy there. And the reason, you know, they always propaganda about, you know, why the hurricane was sitting over the Bahamas for, you know, as long as it did. Everybody's got their fear-based bullshit. I don't believe in the fear-based propaganda bullshit. That's, you know, that's what they want to create in their reality. That's them. But what came through for me whenever I asked why it stay out there, I am in Florida. You know, I ran and made made grids all around where I was, like these cities that I live. I was driving from one end of the city to the other to keep the energies contained, and it was what I was guided to do. But what came through for me is what I found out about, well, what they said about the Bermuda Triangle was that it's doing clearing, and it's not because of the Bahamas, but it's because there's energy that is the Bermuda Triangle. Actually, it holds down energy. And I'm not going to go too much into it, but it holds energy in. Okay. And the Bermuda Triangle has an opposite end, and it's the Bermuda Triangle, right? And then there's it's like the Death Triangle or something like that. And it's over off the coast of Japan. And it's an exact opposition, according to the ley lines, as a Bermuda Triangle. So, but there's this energy vortex of it that was being cleared out, so that other things can rise in the future. There's a lot of things that are going to happen in the future. We all know this, but anyway, so that's that whole why it sat there. Don't go into that fear, loathing, propaganda. There is going to be natural disasters. There's going to be things that happen, and you know, we can send love, we can send aid, we can do a lot of things. We can also, like a lot of us out here in Florida did, we didn't want to get hit with Fukushima, yeah, right. We didn't want to get hit with this Cat 5. So, you know, this, just like California, Florida is lit up with healers. These coasts are lit with healers. And that's why I say I was out there making grids. I didn't even know what I was going to go do. And I just ended up driving, making grids. But that's another thing. Like we've gotten hit by Irma. We get hit by all kinds of hurricanes out here. So the light workers more light workers keep moving down to Florida too. And it is because we have a lot of energy that is coming into this area because of the vortex and the grid point where we're at, the inner earth, access to inner earth here. You can go into Shambhala or inner earth realms here. So, and that's where a lot of these DNA activations for the earth have been taking place, because whenever you go into the third dimension, which we are, which is here, according to the grids, the Ashiana Dean's map, right? So the grid map. So we're here, which over here in Florida, okay? Right here, sorry. And this is where, when we're getting all these activations and alignments, it's because it's not just accessing the third dimension, it's going into the second dimension, and it's going into the first dimension, which is going to the mineral. It's going to the mineral kingdom. So from all of these activations are happening from the mineral single cell on up. So that's why a lot of these alignments have lined up with Sarasota itself. And, you know, we've been experiencing heavy amounts of shifting, of DNA activations. Like if you live here, I had a friend come up 2 weeks ago from South Florida. She's out there by Miami. And she came out here and she was just like hot flashing. And she's like, holy shit, the energies are intense here. Like, yeah, they're absolutely intense here. You have to be accustomed to this area. Like I know when Robin came out here, like to visit, she was saying the same thing. The energies out here are really strong. You could feel presence. Because especially right where I live 60 miles right away from a vortex portal, which is like an elevator to the higher realms. It's the way, it's like an elevator coming in and out, shoot in and out, in and out. And so I'm out there right there on the ocean getting constant contact through this vortex. So being out here is very intense, especially with this full moon too. Another thing that came up was Uranus. This is a Uranus. Uranus is squaring Jupiter, and then Jupiter is squaring Mars is squaring Jupiter. So it's like we've got this tension that's going on too. So this higher consciousness that's coming through these lessons, but through passion, it's this higher energy, active energy that it's trying to move through us. So you could feel like this fiery. Honestly, to me, if you look at the square, you got the Jupiter, you have Uranus, and you got Mars. Okay, so well, they're both squaring Jupiter, makes the trine, anyways. But if you look at that, then to me, it's like the Kundalini itself rising. You know, so it's higher consciousness, Uranus. Static change, dynamics, electricity moving through the body, and then to the higher wisdom, knowledge, logos, Jupiter, and through the physical body, through passion, through ecstasy, which is Mars, passion, the lover. So I don't know. To me, it's what this is representing. This is what, like as that square is representing, like today, the full moon, all the alignments, it's representing that Kundalini energy going up. Okay. And bestowing us with blessings. Then what else was, we have the rebel. I know there's rebel. It's been coming up. I already talked about the activists, sudden changes. Yep. Oh yeah, there's another 30. Oh yeah, with this activation, Andromeda Arcturus happening in the Himalayas, ley lines, all this guardian grid, activation sites and things like that. What it is that what it's bestowing is going to last a long time. It's at 30 years, so there won't be another full moon on Friday the 13th and for 30 years. So you can really think about that as just being as it's solidifying like that. Because this activation is happening, on the crown chakra with an Andromeda Arcturus, like higher wisdom, ninth dimensional consciousness, being implanted into the receptor, which is the moon, and the pineal gland, which is the projector. So these higher states of clairs and conscious states, it just solidifies it. That 30-year transit. Okay, so mysticism, again, alchemy, sexual alchemy, do practice that. And also releasing any negative belief structures, okay? That's kind of what this is doing. It's releasing more, and absorption. I did want to say something about the CBD oil. Not oil, but there's like a resin. I can't remember the name of it. The people are using this resin to cure cancer. What came through for me was that the CBD oil you put on your belly button, you can put it in your belly button because there's a nerve in your belly button, and your belly button sends nutrients through your entire body. Whereas if you take it and you ingest it, it has to be broken down and by your bile in your system and taking the nutrients out. So it's only going to go to certain places and certain amounts, and it won't be in full potency. So by putting CBD oils And even essential oils and medicines and things like that, herbs, instead of taking it by your mouth, putting it into your belly, like put it in your belly button, because there's a nerve, and let it absorb, because there's a nerve in your belly button that will put it through naturally throughout your entire body. That's another reason why I said to focus your higher consciousness and hold your navel, your sacral center, and focus in on the galactic center whenever you're meditating. That'll help bring in that higher consciousness. I think it's not, what about lotion? You can, yeah, any topical, anything, just put it in the belly button, because your belly button has a nerve on the inside. So once it absorbs into there, it's going to go throughout the entire body. You can put water in your belly button, you know, it's whatever, and it's going to absorb because there's a nerve in your belly button. Just because they cut your belly button and you don't have, like, you have a hole in the belly button now, doesn't mean that you still won't be able to take nutrients in there. Your skin is your largest organ. It absorbs sun, it absorbs salt, it absorbs everything that's around it. People, you know, we all know that. That was a terrible joke. Who was a terrible joke? Where's the joke? Oh, I gotta read this now. Hold on. Mercury actually goes direct right as Venus and Jupiter conjunct on the galactic center. Really? Nice. Go figure. I love that. Yeah, I don't even, lemon juice. You're a dork. IV going right into the blood. I don't know. I don't know about all that. I'm just saying, like, you can look this up about the belly button. This is like a non-invasive way of taking in that. I think it's called, like, I don't think it's Howard Johnson. I don't know. It's some kind of CBD resin that came through. It was probably for me to go buy and put it in my belly button to experiment with it, and I will. Just not today because it's late. All right, so let's get into, I'm going to read a couple of cards and like clear my space so I have room. Oh, my Lanta. Got my copper to help conduct. Copper is very conductive, second most conductive metal. Always have your copper. And a little crystal. I can't remember what this one's called. It's really pretty though. My friend gave it to me. This one, fluorite. All right, and copper. And then tourmaline's up here. Protecting. All right, let's do it. I kind of want to get a message from Isis. Pillar. Let's see what Isis has for us. Rocks on deck. Who was having something happen today during this full moon? Oh, let me go live on Instagram. All right. I'm going to do a quick. All right. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I am live on YouTube and here on Instagram. I'm going to do a card reading for tonight's full moon as we are in the midst of this energy with the moon in the approach to Neptune. Here we are bringing in, which is the divine. And here we are bringing in this message from the Isis Oracle, which is by Alana Fairchild. Here. I felt called to pull the goddess deck. Whoa, here we go. You guys saw that, right? You saw that, right? The Lunar Queen. The Lunar Queen. I love it. Hello, 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 hello. Thank you for joining. Oh, all right. So the Lunar Queen, she of the celestial crescent. How fitting. I'm gonna read just the excerpt, and then we'll do the incantation. We'll do the incantation from the book. Let me get a swig of water. Now, I don't know what you guys are drinking, but this one's been pretty good. It's 10. You can order on Amazon, but it's really good water. For an alkaline water, it's really good. And it's decent price, like 27 bucks for a case. So it's not too bad at all. All right, so the Lunar Queen. So funny. Earlier, I pulled the portal of light for myself, the pillar of light. All right, the Lunar Queen. H-I-J-K-H-I-J-K-L. This one, like, the only thing I didn't like about this book is, like, she should have gave it a number instead of giving it, like, a letter, because it's such a pain in the ass to go through alphabetically, at least in my personal opinion. Oh, it's the. That'd be why. See? And then putting the. Like, there it is. Jimmy Crickets. All right. So she of the celestial crescent. There is a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment as essential balancing to our actions of power and demonstration. You are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. That's complete Pisces, is no force. Just go with the flow. Pisces is, I always refer to Pisces as the river. It's just ever flowing. They just go with the flow, whatever it is, whatever, man, they're the biggest hippie, whatever it is, you know, they just go with the flow. Very chilled out, natural beings, very divine beings. And then I think I look at Scorpio as the lake, and obviously Cancer is the ocean. So there's my bodies of water and the water signs. All right. Isis, as the lunar queen, understands the cycles of creative power and flow. Sometimes it can be hard to let go of a desire to force, control, and make things happen. To exert might and willpower to bring what you wish for into being by sheer determination, exertion, and force. Yet the vast creative power of the feminine principle is in honoring and flowing with cycles of activity and rest, of releasing force and surrendering into the perfection of what is happening right now. Realizing that this actually brings us divine manifestation and creation more effortlessly and gracefully and to greater effect. The celestial crescent is the moon in her changing form. This oracle comes to you at a time when you are shifting from one phase in your spiritual and creative journey into a new phase. This is us going into embodiment, is what I really feel like this is. This is a time to pay deep attention to the messages of your body and allow them to guide you. Do you need to balance your activity with more rest? Do you need to be actively creating from your more relaxed and allowing rather than demanding or forceful mental state? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. I'm just reading from the oracle right now. Okay, so it's talking about being in tune with your body. Okay, and trusting and releasing and allowing. Surrender. So the incantation here, it says this. You can say this with me, or you can just sit with me and let me be your voice. Okay? The lunar queen, Lady Isis, goddess of night, help me now to follow the neutral light of the shining moon in all her flow. I release force and fear. Help me let go. Guided by crescent moon, now I am open to receiving great boon, fortune. So that is from, again, Isis Oracle. So this is changing form. And then I have a DNA. I want to get a message from our DNA. You guys saw that, right? Just unconditional love. Unconditional love. Right here. And this is, if you guys want to take a screenshot from your phone, hey Stardust, this is the DNA activation for unconditional love. And this says, this activation brings you back to the state of pure bliss and the energy of home. Feel it now. Just put that there. It's the flame, the heart flame. Woo! Isn't this awesome? You can't just, it's so perfect, right? So perfect. I love messages like from, I just love it whenever they play out like that. Perfect. All right. And then I did get a new deck. I want to use it tonight. Logic. And so this is Logic that just came through. And I've gotten this one before. Logic is our other card. This is the other symbol. If you want to take a screenshot of this, is a DNA activation for Logic. Once you activate this aspect, everything makes sense and you can see the perfection in all that occurs and all that exists. And this new deck that I got is the Antique Anatomy Tarot. I like this. It's really neat. I like how they actually have more than one card. Spreads as well. And they have more than one card on each page. So it's like neat to see them. I like them. So the Fool, the Magician. All right, let's see what these cards have to say. What's up, Kobe? You double dipping, bro. Heart flame. How many circles on that? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 circles. So the 5 senses. What? Look at that question, T. Girl, I love you. Like, if y'all don't know, I'm live on YouTube as well, my YouTube channel, because I wanted to make this both platforms. I want everybody to be able to get the card reading and DNA activation that I'm going to be doing here in just a second. And we got about like 10 more minutes left, and I'm going to be off of this. So just letting you know, we're going to have 10 minutes. All right, Suit of Coins. So we've got the 4 of Coins. I have to pull the 4 of Coins. So this is that practical, that foundation's the building, right? Having that structure. The 4. Numerology 4 is builders as well. So detailed planning. It's also cardinal energy. So it's Capricorn. And then 2 cards just flew out. We have the Ace of Swords. So communication coming through. We have so coming through, just cutting the new beginnings, sudden insights flash being bestowed upon you. And then also another coin. So we got a lot of earth elements, of course, we're in earth, but that means more practical. And in what's happening now and then in the future energy, we have, like I said, another, this is the 6 of Coins. So this is harmony, bringing balance, bringing peace into our reality, into our lives. Okay. This also is talking about the 6 is I had 3 cards pop out when I said that. Hold on. We have on top of the 6 for the clarity on the 6, because I was in my mind, the clarity as 6, I was thinking about a relationship and partnership coming through, because that really helps balance out polarities whenever you've got more yin or more yang going on. So 6 always reminds me of like there is harmony, there is balance to be had, and especially when it being practical, it's in that realistic manner. So, and then, getting the suit, getting wands here, rods. So we got the 7 of Wands. So physical, tangible help is coming in. So yeah, so clarifying on relations on the 6 and harmony of the pinnacle, or the earth energy. And then with the Wands, spirit. So spirit so there's a spiritual connection coming into manifestation. Because 7 is representing matter. 7 always represents spirit into matter, into form, or the chakras, man. And so this is man or woman or spirit sending in a physical, tangible, because of the 6, the physical, tangible relations. Again, suits, elixirs. So this is emotions here. We have emotions. And it's the 10 of emotions. So it's absolute fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. Again, that I do on clarifying on the 6 of this harmony. Okay. But it's like a celebration, a celebration energy, gathering, right? Music and dance and festivities. So 6 is all about rhythm and tones and talking and laughter and joy and that type of energy. It's really similar to the 3 of cups. And like, or the 3 energy, not cups, sorry. The 3 energy. It's more celebration. It's like doubled, in my personal opinion. All right, so, and then what else came through was the 1, the ace of elixirs, so it's the ace of cups. So again, it's emotional fulfillment and a new beginning and a new phase, a new way of perceiving your strengths, your talents, your abilities, and but not just seeing them, but seeing them, like seeing how others see your magnificence, see your beauty, see your supernatural ability to be there, to be strong, to not necessarily just like your superpowers, but this ability to really perceive and not hold attachment and be in love, but also seeing how somebody else sees you in those states. Okay? All right. All right. So that is that. This new deck. These are really thin cards. So they're easy to shuffle. They remind me of my Thoth tarot. Oh, got this, the King of Elixirs and the Knight of Suit, the Knight of Elixirs. So the King and a Knight, the Devil and the World. To me, this is you got the King and the Knight. It's like you got options. Like it's like you can either have the man or you can have the boy toy. No, I'm kidding. But no, you have this very regal energy coming in. Like I had like this energy is like it's got its world. It has its emperor. It has everything under control. Like it has its foundation, right? Its kingdom, right? And this is emotional. So you're emotionally like weighed in your path, your journey. And this Knight is like you're not a page, right? You're not fresh. You're not the messenger anymore. Like you're not the disciple. You're the initiate. So, and then you go from being the initiate to the ascendant master, to the master. And so this is like this is like the initiate energy. Like, okay, I get it now. I can go have fun. It's like the beginning of of the fun. It's like you've gone through all the shit. Now it's like you get to have fun with it finally. And that Devil, again, fun. Like everybody looks at the Devil like Devil is fun. This is good energy. This is change. This is go out and laugh. Like that's something that's coming to this collective as well, is laughter. Okay, and then the World. So this is having everything. So play and you can have everything. Allow your emotional new beginning to unfold for you. Just be a part of it. All right. Now with that being done, I'm going to do what's up, Dominic? How you doing? Welcome. All right. So I'm going to do a DNA activation. All right. All right. So everybody, if you want to participate with me, go ahead and you're going to take a deep breath in through your mouth and out through your nose. We're doing it backwards because we're going to push out some prana. We're going to do some breathing. We're going to push out some energy, okay? So we're going to take 2 breaths from the mouth In through the mouth and out the nose. So, and again. Okay, now take a deep breath in from the nose and drop your jaw, have your mouth open a little bit and breathe out your mouth, okay? And just take some deep breaths out, make the sound of ah, okay? Yeah. You're at home, nobody's around you. I want you to hear yourself say ah, okay? It's a thing. It's a thing. All right, take a deep breath in. You're going to do a few of these, and then I'm going to get into calling in and activations and all this other stuff. Okay, so just go ahead and close your eyes and relax and get into flow here, okay? So take a deep breath in. Hold at the top. And release. Ah. And again. Ah. And move your body around if you feel the need. I'm always one to move and get into whatever it is that my body wants me to do. If I feel it, I just do it, okay? Okay. We're calling in our celestial, galactic, family, ancestral, elemental, mineral, animal, plant, all versions of self from the higher dimensions of love, light, source energy, to be here present in this moment, to align, to activate, to clear the energy centers, the energy body, the etheric bodies, and the field of all debris, lower vibrational entities or frequencies that no longer are oscillating at the highest frequency and projected frequencies of our highest timeline. And now, past, present, and future, in all time, space, and dimensions, on planet and off. As a divine sovereign being, that is my will, and so it is. I call in Arcturus, Andromeda, Regulus, Sirius, Lyra, Cygnus, any other, Antares, Aldebaran, Pleiadian. Okay. Anything else? No. Okay. To be here through this transmission. Oh, okay. Niane sakash kia noar niana setianai kukuar naknai lar niknia sikis ti kika ruknumaine yar nakasai kukuar nahaine sa kukukuma satist kiyar nakneya sumane iasata lar nikni kuar nest Sarang nasik nuar na teat miksaya war na ena sa tusuanay kaya sa wanahane ana sahana neasa marakneas kiana yana suasa heyama saki sa nuasa se su pa sakne harnak seasa suku ma ne ratnase su karnasa kasa se anase kosa tas kiasta su pa sarneast love, peace, serenity be with you through these alignments and changes and evolutions within humanity. As a divine sovereign being, that is my will, and so it is. All right. So, yeah. Okay. Give me a minute. Focusing on expanding through that heart is what I was seeing in the vision, what I was seeing visually while I was receiving these transmissions. Visualize this iridescent crystal light, white light, rolling through your body, spiraling up your spine is what I was seeing. And this expression, so it was just like fireworks going off within the body, just different colors, just illuminating, expanding from the heart center and just blowing out that way, was the visions that I was getting. So it was just showing this robust amount of love and frequency, rainbow frequency flowing through the body, is what, and through this crystal white light rolling through the spine and consciousness. So it was really clearing and loving energy, allowing for this alignment and for that light language, with my hands and everything else that goes into that. So with everything going through, just to activate and permeate within the cellular body, you're going to be experiencing within like the next 72 hours, some radical shifts within your rainbow body is what that is, through that Kundalini rising. Probably by Sunday, you should really be experiencing some high states of ecstasy and bliss from that, this full moon, these energies, and everything that we've experienced within this setting and before, right? So with that, it is 12/21, which I do believe is when we will be experiencing, a good amount of us will be experiencing this year, 12/21, be experiencing some rainbow body transformation by then. So there will be some, and that was just kind of confirmation. So I do want to say thank you all for joining me. If you're on my live stream on Instagram and you're not already following me on YouTube, please find your way to my bio and go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Hit the bell if you want to get notified whenever I do release new videos. If you're already a subscriber of my YouTube channel, Quirky Cosmo family, I love you so very much. Thank you all for your love, your support, and for being here. I wish you all the best night. Get down, get deep, and get into it with the divine tonight. And may all your wishes and your blessings right here, right now, all your wishes, all your blessings be bestowed upon you within the next 6 months. I love you. Not all, not everything, but a lot of your blessings be bestowed upon you within the next 6 months, 3 to 6 months. I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Namaste. Bye. You're welcome.